Imposter syndrome is one of the toughest things because it comes from within. And that's the scary part. It will literally cripple you from within. It'll stop you from moving. It'll stop you from feeling like you're ready. It'll make you self doubt. It'll make you overthink. It'll make you procrastinate, perfectionize. And it'll make you just do all these little things and you won't understand where they're coming from because it's rooted in fear and it's rooted in beliefs, right? And it's very important to understand you are not your mind. You are not your mind. Your mind does not control you. You control your mind. And a lot of people get crippled by their own beliefs and their own thoughts. A thought only has as much importance and as much power as you let it have. It only has as much weight over you as you choose to let it have. So it's very important. You need to understand you are not your beliefs, you are not your thoughts, you are not what you think and feel, you're what you do. Okay? So today I really want to go over the topic of how to defeat your imposter syndrome because I feel like beginning entrepreneurship, beginning something new, going into a new vehicle, it's something that's very scary for a lot of people at the beginning until you've done it enough times in which you gain that natural confidence, right? So you might be someone you might be someone that is at the moment dealing with imposter syndrome. Maybe you know that you're meant for more. Maybe you know that you have so much more within you, but you're just asking yourself the question, why am I not there yet? Why am I not seeing the change materialize? And it's probably because you're still running an outdated internal system. But I'm going to show you exactly how you can fix that. Okay. So, what imposter syndrome normally looks like is maybe you are succeeding or you're at least starting to arrive closer to your dreams, your goals, the person you wanted to be. You might be taking small steps. You might be on your journey of self improvement, yet you still shy away from taking credit. You still feel like you haven't earned it. You don't allow yourself to feel secure in your new identity. And you're always looking for when it's going to mess up. You're always looking for when it's going to slip. You're always looking for how it's going to go wrong. And because of that, you're subconsciously making it a reality. Because if you keep looking for when it's going to go wrong, you're going to make something happen which will make it go wrong. Okay. So, where this comes from is the belief in which you might think that you're a fraud, right? It's a hard concept. You might think you're a fraud. You might perceive yourself as not worthy. You might perceive yourself as, yeah, this doesn't happen to me. Success is for those guys. You know, the nice life, the freedom, the flashy cars, the being able to do whatever you want is for those guys. It's for the other side, not me. That is the internal belief that is limiting you. Okay? Despite having a stack of proof, you end up dismissing your wins as luck and as fear. So you don't have to actually ask the questions and come to the realization and deal with the fear of success. Fear of failure and fear of success are the exact same thing. It's anxiety from the future. Okay? So it's important to realize you're not alone. Imposter syndrome is a lot more common than you might think. Even in celebrities and in famous people, it's fundamentally just an internal clash in your identity, and that creates mental tension. Okay. So if you do have imposter syndrome, and if you allow it to control you, you're going to struggle to consistently do actions that contrast with your identity. In fact, it will cause cognitive dissonance, which is a state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, which essentially clash against each other. You want to be someone that earns 10K a month, yet you're scared to have money. You want to be someone that earns 10K a month, yet you're scared to invest in yourself. These two are contradicting thoughts because money is just energy. Money is like water. It has to flow. So you have to have the belief that you give to get, right? And once you start to make that internal realization and you switch, it will just happen, okay? Your identity resists success. It doesn't feel earned. And that mismatch causes mental tension. So you're not failing. Your self image is just outdated. You don't necessarily yet perceive yourself as someone that deserves that success. And that is why you are keeping yourself stuck in that loop and in that cycle in which you don't have it. So in order for you to have it, you have to first be it. You have to first understand that it's already done. You have to first understand that you've already achieved it, that you deserve it, that you are the person that has it. You have to understand how it feels. You have to get comfortable with that, form that emotional connection, and then it will materialize. The law of the universe, it will just materialize. Okay. In order to actually overcome your imposter syndrome, there's a quote by Hormozy that I love, right? You have to create an undeniable stack of proof that you are exactly who and what you say you are, and do such a high volume amount of work that it becomes impossible to not succeed. It's not by shouting affirmations in the mirror. It's not by thinking about work. It's not by idolizing work. not by planning out work, it's by doing the work, by just getting stuck in, by figuring it out and building up such a stack that shocks your own subconscious into reality of, okay, wow, like we're doing this. We're doing this, right? If you smoke 10 cigarettes a day, you're a smoker. If you go to the gym 5 times a week, you're a fitness person. If you run on a track, you're a sprinter, you're an athlete, you're a distance runner. If you kick a football 2 times a week, you're a footballer. It's not necessarily the identity and the connotation and the perception that you attach on it. It is the action that you do repeatedly that creates the identity. All right. So if you want to be a successful closer, a successful setter, a successful SDR, you just have to do the work. You have to do it to the point that you create that undeniable stack of proof that you're exactly who and what you think you are. Okay. Same goes for every other area of life. Whatever you want to be, you just have to do it. You just have to get stuck in and do it long enough that you learn. And you learn from your own mistakes and your own failures. And then you get better. That's all. That's all it is. Right? This is the 5-step fix that I used to help me address my imposter syndrome head on when I first started. Number one, you have to name the concern out loud. Things only have power when you allow them to take over you. Okay? You have to push it from your emotional brain into your problem solving brain, into your thinking brain, into your, I don't want to butcher the word. I think it's amygdala gland. But anyways, you have to take it from here of how you feel into the logical part of like, what is it? Start challenging your own beliefs. Start questioning your own beliefs and start logically thinking about them. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I'm not enough? Maybe it's because I haven't done this. Maybe it's because I haven't earned this. Okay, but where does that come from? Keep challenging your beliefs. Okay? And isolate the exact concern. Then, fact file. Write a fact file of real world wins, situations, moments that support the positive reality of what you have achieved. Okay? Outwork, tip the balance in your favor until it's just there. It's just black and white. Your brain cannot argue with the logic. Okay? Next, talk to someone you trust. A problem shared is a problem halved. And it's very, very, very easy for your mind to play tricks on you and for you to get caught up in a negative train of thought and for you to start spiraling. And then you start to believe all of these thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Okay? Talking to someone you trust that allows you to hear things from a different perspective on how you're viewed. It allows you to get that reaffirmation and reinforce the positive beliefs. Because once again, you are not your mind, and your mind will play tricks on you. But an external person, they can look at it objectively without the emotion, without the self-perception, without the I. Okay? And then you get to hear a different perspective on how you're viewed in your new identity without all of the self-attached doubt, fears, or concerns. All right? Reframe failure as feedback. You need to learn how to do this. You need to learn that if you don't like something, you can change it. If you can't change it, then change the way that you view it. Perspective is everything. Perception is everything. Okay? The universe exists in your head. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. So if you're not happy with where you are in life, change it. And if you can't change it, change the way that you view it. Change the way that you view failure. Change the way that you view loss, right? A lot of people view failure as negative. Some view failure as negative and a mark of it. All right. Most people view failure as negative. Stoicism and philosophy, it allows us to view failure as an essential opportunity to learn and grow. Okay. Once again, we're all exactly where we are due to a number of compound failed opportunities that allowed us to where we are. You would not be here if all of the things that didn't go wrong in your life had not gone wrong. So sometimes you actually have to be happy that things have gone wrong. Otherwise, you would have ended up in a complete different reality. Okay. You need to view failure as an opportunity to learn and grow further. And then you'll always find the opportunity in each moment. You will either get what you think you want, or you will get an opportunity to learn from it and move forward. And that's what you should always be chasing. How many feedback loops can I get? How many times can I grow? How many moments can allow me to flip the mirror on myself and look internally and allow me to self-improve and become a better person? So at the end of the day, that's all entrepreneurship is. Becoming a better person. If you want to be a good closer, if you want to be a good DM setter, if you want to be a good SDR, if you want to be a good mentor, coach, business person, brother, sister, husband, wife, athlete, whatever it is, You have to become a better person. And that's the process. And that's the journey. And that's why it's always inputs first. What actions can I do that will allow me to be a better person? And then you do the actions and then the outputs take care of itself. Okay. Second, you need to rewrite your inner script. If you've ever read the book, Thinking Fast and Slow, great book. But you have to understand your brain is literally a computer and it has two sides, it has two states. It has your emotional side and it has your logical side. Okay. You have system one and you have system two, and they're responsible for different things in our day to day life. That's why you meet some people and they're very emotional. They wear their heart on their sleeve. They get angry quickly. They get sad quickly. They form connections quickly. They might lean more into one side. Then you have people who are very logical. I think I'm a very logical person. And they'll be analytical, they'll be skeptical, they'll calculate the ROIs, they'll look at the future, the numbers, the data. It has to make sense because they operate from that side of their brain, right? So when this trickles down, we end up in what's known as binary thinking, and we simplify decisions, boom, into black and white, yes or no, makes sense, doesn't make sense, good and bad. Okay. The problem is there's a middle ground that's often overlooked. And thankfully, the script, it can be rewritten. And it's not going to be easy. Probably won't happen overnight. But if you take small steps and you stack your habits, Atomic Habits, if you've ever read the book, you stack your habits, you stack the daily wins, you stack the momentum, it will compound over time. If you get 1% better for every single day in a year, you get 365% better each year, as opposed to the person that does not move forward. You are just compounding. Okay. So to clarify, being unsure or feeling uncertainty, that's not imposter syndrome. Sometimes you are just new and you are just growing and you do need to just get stuck in. There is a difference between the two. Okay. But you have to let go of always trying to prove yourself, because perfectionism won't stop that. All you can do is show up as consistently as possible every single day, do the inputs of the person that you want to be, have the habits, have the systems, review the data, learn from your failure, compound, reframe the failure as feedback, change your internal operating system, and eventually, boom, it'll happen. You become an overnight success. But it takes all of this that no one sees to defeat your imposter syndrome and to start becoming the person that you want to be.